I attempted a hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Heart Gold with only water-type Pokemon, and oh boy do I have a lot in store for you. Our journey begins in New Bark Town, in the Pokemon lab, with a grizzly old man talking at us. Oh, Pokemon? Go on then, I'll take that. So on we go, and meet two more grizzly old men. This game really is after my heart. Anyway, we get a Pokedex, blah 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 blah. Before I go on, I just want to ask you guys to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, because obviously it's my first video, so any feedback would be appreciated. Oh, what's this? A redhead man. Never stood a chance against Bronny James, some people's goat. I tell the policeman what every American was thinking going into the fourth quarter against Serbia. Jokic stole the Pokemon. Okay, with all of that done, I can finally move on. Okay, now with that done, I can Skipping to the Violet City Pokemon Center, we encounter Primo, our cousin. Little joke there for any Spanish speakers. And our cousin asks us to come up with some phrases. And so we come up with some entirely random phrases. And whoa, an egg? I cannot possibly imagine what this could be. Now, during this process, not only do we get Rock Smash, we hatch a Wooper! Crazy, who would have guessed? Anyway, that is team member number 2. For the name, I think calling it Chef Curry would be apt, as it is one of the goats, and it may or may not come in clutch during this playthrough. Stay tuned until the end to see that. Now, with every water type we can get up until this point, we are headed into our first real challenge. Sprout Tower. Oh, Nicola's here? Oh no, he's gone. Anyway, Elderly is the 4th grizzly old man we've encountered so far this playthrough, and I will admit, I'm not mad about that. Anyway, out comes the chef, who works flawlessly with LeBron James, just like in the recent final, to take down not only the Bellsprout, but the Hoot Hoot too, with incredible ease. Immediately after, we head to Faulkner, because we're so confident. Maybe too much so. Anyway, he sends out a level 9 Pidgey, who swiftly falls to the immense might of the chef. Next up is the totally legal Pidgeotto. This is scary. A strong, evolved Pokemon against our 2 babies. However, using our immense brains and tactical genius, we are able to traverse this treacherous battle by tail whipping with our chef, and then our goat takes it up the rear and finishes him off with a couple of bites. With that, we have the first badge of our playthrough. Fun fact for all you out there, I was actually nearly called Zephyr because my parents loved the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Now, the world of encounters really opens up to us as we finally gain access to the old rod. First, we go to the bridge on Route 32 where we fish and find our next team member. It was a Magikarp and we name it Kevin Durant. Next, we move on to Violet City where we catch a Poliwag and give it the fitting name of Shaquille O'Neal because obviously it is huge. After going through a dodgy cave, we run into a Team Rocket Grunt for the first time. We then speak to yet another grizzly old man, Kurt, and follow him into a well because that is what every 10-year-old should do, right? While in the Slowpoke well, we fight half of an atom and barely even get a scratch on Bronny. Then, as I'm sure it will come as no surprise, we catch our next team member, a Slowpoke called Charles Barkley. Now, before fighting Bugsy, I decided our only way to win would be to get citrus berries so that we could regain health when Scyther attacked. So I used our Rock Smash 8 gem and got a few yellow shards, which I then traded for berries. I came up with a strategy which included taking lots of damage and tail whips and getting very technical and having a small chance of success, but because I really did not want to start over, I figured this was the only way to proceed. After hours of meticulous planning, I went in for the fight. So yeah, hypnosis works too, I guess. With the Hive badge in hand, the next fight was against Serbia's GOAT, Nikola Jokic. But before taking on this heavyweight, I thought it prudent to get some extra levels, which included evolving Bronny into Crocodile. Then, using Hypnosis and Bite, we breezed through this battle like a hot knife through butter. While roaming through Goldenrod City, I wanted to flex my insane brains and knowledge by doing the radio station quiz, which I of course aced first try. Then some pink-haired girl accosted me, so I was forced to go to the gym and give her what for. Charles Barkley lived up to his name in this fight. Due to the trauma from my childhood in this milk tank, I decided I really did not want to leave anything to chance, and therefore I cursed a couple times and headbutted to my heart's content, making it an easy win for the team. Now, with this victory, the map really opens up, but we start our exploration by taking our Chef Curry to the god level he deserves to be at, a Quagsire. Now, what can stop us? Nothing. That's what. We also evolve our 7'2" unicorn into the Gyarados, which it was meant to be. Then we head into the Kimono Dojo in order to gain access to a move, which could be important for the water type team, you know, Surf. However, in our way is a rocket. Oh no, that was easy. Anyway, we then went to Olivine and got our good rod, which is a much better rod than the old rod. And with this rod, we got 2 more encounters. Our Krabby, named Jason Tatum, on Route 40, and then also on Route 42, we got a Goldeen. On this route, we also got the HM4 Strength. After this, we had a boring, totally non-eventful journey to Mahogany Town. But what's this? Why is there a random trainer battle? This can't have any importance, right? That is death number 1. Our Charles. We have lost our Charles. A magnitude 10. I don't think I've ever seen that before, and I am fuming at this point. I am not happy. Anyway, KD finishes the job and avenges our loss. Okay, so we're getting back on track with our actual challenge now. Into the Burn Tower we go, and shock horror, who's there waiting for us? The bloody Joker, of course. It's fine, he was easily dealt with. I'm not losing. Next up, we have the mortifying 4th gym. With a ghostly aura around, we creep up to the leader and challenge him. With the combination of our biting Gyarados and our Shadow Claw, we dealt with this clown swiftly and easily preserved the safety of our team. Moving on to Route 41, on the way to Cianwood, we decided that we wanted to try and get a rare encounter by using our good rod to fish. The exclamation point comes up. Oh my god, and we got it. The saviour of the run, potentially. We may have lost our Charles, but now we've got Kobe. After stocking up on supplies and doing some leveling up, we actually got the final evolution of our starter Pokemon. Out came LeBron James in its full glorious form. Now, we had another gym battle ahead of us. I was a bit tentative heading into this battle, and it proved justified as this was probably the most intense and hardest battle yet. It started off well, the Primate went down relatively easily, but Poliwrath did not follow suit. We struggled on this Mon for a while, trying lots of different things and getting very lucky with a paralysis. But still, our Electric was not enough to get the job done, so we had to involve our bomb and detonate and destroy this frog, which we did. After beating this leader, we went to get the medicine for the Lighthouse Pokemon, which you can't get until you go to Jasmine in the Lighthouse. Oh, have to do the whole Lighthouse. Okay, now I'm back to get the medicine. Oh dear. Before this next gym, I had to be careful, as the level cap was 34 for the gym after, and I had a lot of Team Rocket stuff to do before then and now. While leveling up, I realised my team has Pokeross. What are the odds of that? I'm sure the editor will tell you. Jasmine, the poor excuse for a gym leader, stood between me and the next stage of my challenge, and unfortunately, nothing was going to stand in my way. Chef Curry cooked up a masterpiece and single-handedly destroyed the steel gym using his pure aura, as if he was back in the last 3 minutes of that final. Riding on the high of my recent victories and the strength of my Pokeross-infused, doped-up team, I decided I was Johnny Big Bollocks, and since I already had a Gyarados on my team, I absolutely annihilated the red Gyarados. Would this prove to be a mistake? Who knows? Is it foreshadowing? Couldn't tell you. Then I ran into another red-headed man. What is it with this game and redheads? This time, his name was Lance, and I followed him into a sketchy underground lair. In this lair, I found lots of people who needed to be destroyed, and I cleared out the ranks with so much ease that I was feeling like nothing would ever be able to stop me. I was going through grunts like they were a pack of Marlboro Reds. Then I got accosted by Petrel, he looked like a rat, another leader. He was disguised as Giovanni, but the Italian in me saw straight through that fake man. Call what happened to battle would be a gross over-exaggeration. Maybe a thrashing would be the more prudent definition. Anyway, he ran away crying like a little baby, and we followed his bird to open the door for us. Easy, breezy, beautiful. Not a single issue had we encountered in this dungeon, and it seemed as though nothing was going to trouble us. Oh no, another redhead. But this time a woman. We'll be fine though, there's been no issue with any of the fights thus far. I do not see this one going any differently, especially because we are double teaming with Lance and his totally legal Dragonite. We easily got past the first 2 mons with a super effective Mud Bomb and the Dragonite doing Dragonite things, but then, in a moment clouded by my hubris and arrogance, I made a mistake. I risked the life of one of our greats. One of the ones carrying this run on his shoulders. Chef Curry. Knowing Gloom is poison type and 8 levels below, I naively assumed that a mud bomb would sort out the ugly. But alas, I miscalculated and down fell my goat. This one hurt. This was our second one, and he'd been with us for so long and gotten us through so much. I was really upset with this. I was so close to just deleting the file and not playing ever again, but we'd come so far. We'd gone through so much. I had to see it through for the chef. It's what he would have wanted. Now we finished dungeon and we're down a team member. This, however, was the perfect time to pick up a new young star, Tyrese Halliburton, the Tentacle, a specially strong mon, which will be very useful in our upcoming battles. Sadly, the footage of my next capture and gym fight were lost, but I'll give you a short homemade rendition. We called a Lapras and named it Joel Embiid, and then we absolutely railed Bryce. The end. Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. Whoa, another Team Rocket hideout? Who saw that coming? God, the Rat Man's back. Defeated, easily, again. Ooh, a basement key. I wonder where that leads. Oh, to the bloody Joker, and his fully evolved Meganium is where it leads. But we persevered and destroyed that punk. Now we can easily breeze through the rest of these grunts with no problems or stress. Wait, no. Why is there another random trainer battle? No. Why is Bronny out? Okay, we got the key card, and now it's time for the 3 boss battles in a row, starting with Jimmy Neutron. Easy. Now, will we avenge the chef? Bash, she never stood a chance. Okay, now this one could prove problematic actually. He's quite oh wait, no, he's got 2 fire types and a coughing. We got this easily. Okay, another grizzly old man's giving me something. With Team Rocket out of the way, nothing can stand between us and the champion's throne. An icy path? Psha, child's play. Ooh, waterfall? That's useful for my team. I will take... Nope, old man, it's not yours. Sorry. Before we challenged Claire the Mare, we did a bit of levelling and evolved Hallie into a Tentacruel. Beautiful. Now, on to probably the hardest gym fight. I'm going to explain why. With the way I've ruled this challenge, I'm not able to level up my Pokemon above the first Elite 4 member's Ace level, which is 42. Claire's level 41, but because of how many fights stand between her and Will, I need to make sure I do not over-level anyone, and therefore need to be very under-leveled. Okay, so it begins. I start by setting up Toxic Spikes with our newest addition to the team, but after 2 Dragon Rages, I got to switch out. Kobe comes in and deals with the Gyarados with 2 Sparks. Next in are her Dragon Eggs. Bronny and KD take care of 1 each. That leaves only the Ace, Kingdra, level 41. This is scary. KD stays in to do an Ice Fang and get some damage and then swap out, but unfortunately KD falls to the might of a Stab Dragon Pulse. While unfortunate, we do use this death to get a clean switch into Joel Embiid, who uses a combination of his Stab, Ice Beam and the Toxic Spikes to get a job done. While bittersweet, this victory is still a victory, and we've got to move on. I did in fact regret not getting the red Gyarados. Now, with our heads hung low, we head into the Dragon's Den, where we prove we are worthy of being a good person or something, not really too sure to be honest, but Claire finally gives us the badge, so that's good, right? Next, we fly to our hometown to get given a grizzly old man's balls. Yep, no, that one's weird. That's definitely weird. Anyway, after that, we do a bit of recon, getting the EXP share, the TM for Dig, and a new Gyarados in the Dragon's Den called Chet Holmgren, before challenging the Kimono Girls. Now this will be quite a challenge, because after the death of the chef, we have nothing to defeat the level 38 Jolteon, but let's give it a go. Right, so we start with Umbreon. 2 waterfalls do the trick, same with Espeon. The Flareon goes down with 1 Surf from Joel Embiid. Now, this is it, make or break. Will Jolteon ruin our run, or will we prevail? We switch to Kobe to get Jolteon to double team, and then swap into LeBron, who uses Dig, but misses. Oh, then paralysed? Right, well we have no choice, we've got to dig again, right? And he gets a crit. Just for the record, this crit definitely mattered. He's the only one that could have taken that out as well, so we got very, very lucky. Sweet. So all we have to do now is get through Victory Road, and then we're at the Elite. Jokic. I hate this guy. Every time he surprises me. It's okay though. We've formed a pretty good team. He's not gonna prove to be a challenge, I think. Now, we're on to the big finale. Will we beat the Elite Four and champion? Stay tuned to find out. I decided that against Will, I wanted to stockpile with Lantern, eat hits and kill everything. It got some good damage on Xatu and it killed Jinx. Then when the Xatu came back out, Joel Embiid had to pick up the slack to kill it. Same thing with Executor. At this point in time, I was still mourning Charles. And then Will decided to rub in how much stronger Slowbro would have been than the measly Slowpoke I had, so I unfortunately had to kill it. Then the other Xatu was easily beaten using LeBron James. 1 down, 4 to go. Koga, the poison type ninja. It would be great to have access to a ground type right about now. Anyway, I decided that the setup route was the right route to go for on this fight, so I sent out Poliwell. A Rain Dance, Belly Drum and Waterfall combo killed 4 mons. Then when a faster mon, Crobat, came out, I was forced to switch to Kobe to deal with it. Now, for Bruno, my plan was obviously the Psychic type Charles, who sadly is no longer with us, meaning, for lack of better words, I am screwed. I start off the battle with Toxic Spikes, then swapped into Chet to avoid the dig and hit a Waterfall, but the counter almost killed him, so I swapped into Hallie again and baited the dig so I could finish it off with a Waterfall. I got hit by a quick attack and somehow the Hitmontop lived, so I switched to Shaq, belly drummed, it missed a dig, and I Waterfalled and killed it. Waterfall then killed the Hitmonchan, but landed a high jump kick and took out Shaq. Next came out the Machamp. I tried to kill it with Bronny, but couldn't, then realised the only way for me to win was to lose someone else. Halliburton's time was up. While he'd done so much for the team, it was his time to take one for the team and go down. But due to Halliburton getting significant damage with Poison Jab, Kobe was able to come in and finish the job, and then also finish the Onyx, getting us 3/4 of the way through the Elite Four. This was a tough battle. It was the most losses we've had in one battle, and I'm just happy we got through it. I was really worried about the opening Umbreon, so I sent out a very bulky Joel to try and tank some blows and then deal some hits back. Luckily, I got the freeze, which wasted a full restore, and then when I switched to Kobe, Karen sent out her Valkyrie. Kobe dealt damage but eventually got outplayed, so to preserve any chance of winning this challenge, I decided to withdraw and send in Chet, who took out 4 mons single-handedly, leaving only Gengar, which Bronny destroyed with a powerful crunch. With this, there was one fight left. The champion. We had 4 Pokemon. We were severely underleveled. How could we win this? To be honest, we probably can't, but I was willing to try. Lance obviously led with a Gyarados, who was nothing compared to the might of Kobe. However, unfortunately, Kobe had done his job. At this point, he was simply fodder for the Ace Dragonite, which was sent out after. With this Dragonite locked into Outrage and a free switch from Kobe going down, Chet was able to Avalanche, which doubles its power if the Pokemon is hit before, guaranteeing a kill on Lance's Ace. Next up was Aerodactyl. Chet tried, but was outspared and Thunderfanged. It was now 2 on 4. We were at such a disadvantage and we needed a miracle. We did not get one. Bronny survived the Thunderfang just for Aerodactyl to live on 1 HP. This was brutal, as we were now down to our last Pokemon, Joel Embiid. Joel came in, Ice Sharded and destroyed the Aerodactyl. 1 on 3, but getting closer. The next Dragonite was the Thunder one, meaning if it hit, we died. It was game over at the last hurdle. It missed, meaning our Ice Beam killed it. It's a 2 on 1 now. We are 1 step closer. All we need is a few moves. Out comes the Dragonite. It Thunder Waves us. We break through. Dragonite goes down. From a 1 on 4 to a 1 on 1, Joel Embiid has done the miracle. All we need is to break through this para and get this Charizard. And he does it. Joel Embiid saves the run and we beat it. We beat Hardcore Nuzlocke of Pokemon Heart Gold with only a water type team. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, please comment Joel Embiid and subscribe and like for more content like this. Woo!